So a lot of the import-export ecosystem, cross-border trade ecosystem came today and gathered to hear the congressman address and request to the president that they suspend 90 days, they delay the decision on the tomato suspension agreements, mainly because it could have a huge economic impact on the businesses and ecosystems we have here in this region and in Texas in general. So I think it's a great, opportunity for everyone to voice their opinion and say, hey, we would, much rather you suspend this for 90 days, really lay out a good plan on modernizing the Tomato Suspension Agreement Act, or, if there is an adjustment that needs to be made, we have time for all stakeholders to be heard and implement a good plan.
And another aspect to all this, you are here today because you sponsored the luncheon for all the importers and exporters that are here.
Yes, correct. We're here to support all of the ecosystem in any way we can, whether that's through the products and services we offer or simply just buying lunch for everyone, making sure that their bellies are full. We try to find any way that we can serve and be a part of the ecosystem here because this is where we were born.
When we last met with you, you gave us an interview and said that you're trying to reach out to as many importers and exporters as possible. So quite a few of them here that are in the fresh produce industry. Have you had time here today to interact with them so they can learn more about your product, your services, how that you could help them?
Absolutely. There's been a handful that have come up to me. We strike up conversation. I tell them kind of like my background in the industry. And then we find, a later date to get on a demo. I really am a huge believer that the product should speak for itself. So in as few words as I can possibly say, I like to get people in front of the product because I really believe in what our engineering team has built, our design team. We built something that a lot of our current customer base is finding very useful in their cross-border operations. So again, if anyone is in cross-border trade in any sector or industry, especially if you're in fresh produce, we would be happy to show you what we've built and see if it can help you in your business.
So obviously we've interviewed you before, so I know how technical a project you've got here. So in layman's terms, when you meet these fresh produce guys, importers, exporters for the first time, what is your sort of very basic pitch to them about what you do and how you feel you can help them?
Absolutely. In a couple of sentences, we have built an order orchestration platform that brings together the importer, the customs broker on both sides of the border, the seller, and the logistics companies, all into one place. No more messy emails, no more long WhatsApp chains and messages, for them to communicate data, documents, and information efficiently so that there's reduced errors at the port, at crossing, thus saving everyone involved money and less things to throw away. On top of that, we can also provide financing to these transactions and liquidity to this process so that everyone in the supply chain can get paid sooner and it's less financial burden on their operational working capital.
And back to my question from earlier about you're trying to reach as many importers and exporters as possible. How are things going on in that regard? Are you able to get the message out about your company far and wide around the country, around the US-Mexico border? How is that going?
It's so far going well with the small team that we have. We're really focused on the hot trade zones. So we're really focused on, McAllen, Pharr, Brownsville, the border regions, Laredo, and Nogales, Rio Rico. On top of that, we've been having a lot of success working with the different ecosystem builders in Mexico and in the United States. COMSE as an example, COFOSE as an example, the economic development committees of these cities. So if there's anyone that's an ecosystem builder or wants to help improve the economics of their region or their towns, please feel free to reach out to me. We would love to help your business owners. That's who our clients are. Business owners and operators that want to grow, that want to continue to employ more jobs in their areas and have a huge economic impact. We're here to support them with the tools necessary for them to grow without having too much growing pain.
It's been a few weeks since our last interview with you, so no doubt you've won lots of awards in the last few weeks and raised more funds. What can you tell us on that front?
Yeah, absolutely. So right now, some exciting things to discuss is that We do have lending partners in some cases that want to enable us access to $10 million and in another case, $100 million. This is really important because that access to liquidity for us enables our customers, right? So if somebody needs a line of credit for 500,000, whereas before we might have only been able to help them with 200 or 250, now we have tons of firepower and ammunition to really help our clients grow in their peak seasonality. And on top of that, we did recently win the first place prize at the pitch competition for Freedom Fest. So that was, a $15,000 check. We got to pitch to Steve Forbes and to the founders of several different notable companies. But it was really great to meet, Mr. Forbes and discuss our issues. He was very concerned with how we're going to help mitigate certain impacts at the border. But yeah, it was a pleasure to meet him and share the stage and an honor to win that award at Freedom Fest.